In this video, I'm going to tell you why Argentine Spanish sounds so different from pretty much any other Spanish you'll hear. You're about to find out why this unique Spanish accent is linked to the history of Argentina and the effect this had on the Argentine Spanish accent, its grammar, and much more. In this video, we're also going to listen to Argentine Spanish and hear how it compares to Castilian Spanish, which is the neutral Spanish you hear in Spain. But before we start, please do me a favour and hit that subscribe button, especially if you like languages. This is a new channel and it would help a lot. Argentine Spanish sounds the way it does due to a complex history of colonization and immigration. This fusion of various cultural and linguistic elements has given rise to the distinctiveness of Argentine Spanish that we see and hear today. Argentina's history began with Spanish colonization in the 16th century. The Spanish crown sought to establish dominance and spread Catholicism, leaving an indelible mark on the language and culture. However, unlike some other Spanish colonies, Argentina experienced significant immigration waves that introduced diverse languages and cultures. One of the most significant immigration groups was the Italians. Between 1880 and 1930, Argentina established a massive influx of Italian immigration, making up the majority of today's population. Italians came from various regions, bringing with them their own dialects and linguistic nuances. It's for this reason that today, Argentine Spanish can actually sound more Italian when you listen to it than Spanish. Just listen to this.
No compro propiedades.
Las propiedades yo creo que es un juego para estabilizar capital una vez que ya lo hiciste, pero si estás en una etapa que
Este la tiene más clara que yo. ¿No querés ser ministro de Economía?
No estoy interesado, pero sí puedo asesorar, no hay problema.
¡Qué campeón! Gracias, chicos, gracias.
Notice that up and down intonation? That guy being interviewed is my friend Mauri, and he's from Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires. I had trouble understanding him when we first met, and at that point I could already speak Spanish. The colonization of Argentina brought European settlers, primarily from Spain and Italy, but also from countries like Germany, France, and Britain. These settlers introduced their languages, dialects, and cultural practices, which blended with the existing linguistic landscape. Different regions of Argentina experienced varying degrees of immigration, leading to diverse linguistic influences. The interaction between indigenous languages, European languages, and dialectal variations led to a linguistic mix and the emergence of new vocabulary and expressions. And Argentina has plenty of these.
Como esta, no así. Se salió la cadena.
Ya sabemos lo que es Argentina, ya sabemos lo que es Brasil, hoy no quiero decir nada de esto. Hoy quiero darle las gracias, muchachos. Quiero darle las gracias por estos 45 días. Se lo dije el día de mi cumpleaños.
One striking example of this linguistic fusion in Argentine Spanish is the emergence of Lunfardo, a slang language originating in the working class neighborhoods of Buenos Aires. Influenced by Italian, Spanish, and other immigrant languages, Lunfardo encapsulates the diverse cultural influences that shaped Argentine society. The distinct pronunciation and accent of Argentine Spanish set it apart from other Spanish varieties. From unique vowel sounds to distinctive intonation patterns, these features contribute to the uniqueness of Argentine Spanish. Let's start with the sh sound. I love this sound in Argentine Spanish. In fact, the presence of the sh, that's the sh sound, is one of the most recognizable features in Argentine Spanish. This sound replaces the standard double L or Y sounds you may be familiar with in regular Castilian Spanish that you hear in many other countries. Whatever the level of Spanish you have, I bet you know how to ask someone their name. ¿Cómo te llamas? Well, in Argentina, this becomes ¿Cómo te llamas? Just listen to this difference. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? But it's not just the double L sound that has this pronunciation. Argentine Spanish is known for its yeísimo or sheísimo, a linguistic phenomenon where the double L, like in calle, meaning street, and the Y, like in ayer, meaning yesterday, are pronounced like the sh sound in measure and shoe. So calle and ayer becomes calle and ayer.
¡Oh, my God!
It's not just certain words that have different pronunciations in Argentine Spanish. The whole rhythm and intonation of Argentine Spanish contribute to its unmistakable melodic sound, and personally I love it. The rise and fall of pitch, along with variations of speech rhythm, create a unique accent that distinguishes the Argentine accent from any other, except maybe Uruguayan Spanish, which really is very similar. Just listen to this up and down sound of Argentine Spanish.
Y cuando vos te quieras separar, voy a tomar clases de actuación para sentarme frente al juez con cara de perrito mojado y decirle que la estoy luchando, que la estoy luchando.
Yeah, as you can imagine, this intonation and accent can make it pretty difficult for Spanish learners to understand. By the way, if you're here because you're already learning or you're interested in learning Spanish, you're going to want to check out the Spanish course link in the description below. It's going to get you 7 days of free access to an award-winning Spanish course called Spanish Uncovered. It's great for beginners and intermediate learners, so be sure to check it out and let me know how you get on after your free trial. Now back to the video. Argentina's grammar is different, really different. First up, there's the boxeo. Just listen to this.
You are my best friend.
Vos sos mi amigo preferido. Tú eres mi amigo preferido.
What you just heard is the boxeo, and it's a really common feature in Argentine Spanish. Instead of using the pronoun tú for the informal second person singular, Argentine Spanish uses vos. The best comparison I can find or give in English is the difference between how someone from southern England, like me, would say you to a group of people, compared to someone from the north of England or the US, for example.
Hey y'all, come look at this!
The boxeo also affects verb conjugations. Then there's the issue of verbs in Argentina and how they're conjugated in the boxeo form. Yeah, Argentine Spanish doesn't conform to normal verb conjugations. It's like the Spanish arrived several hundred years ago and said, this is how we conjugate our verbs. And then Argentina said,
I don't give
Not making sense? Let me show you how this works. While in standard Spanish you would say tú hablas, meaning you speak, in Argentine Spanish you would use vos hablas, with the stress of the word on the A, hablas. Or instead of saying tú tienes, meaning you have, in Argentine Spanish you would say vos tenés. The boxeo is used across South and Central America, not just in Argentina, so you'll need to learn it if you want to make life easier when speaking Spanish in Argentina, Uruguay, Colombia, Costa Rica, and several other places in Latin America. Next up, there's vocabulary differences. Argentina has literally thousands of words that are used solely in Argentina, and certain words differ in meaning or usage. For example, el colectivo is used in Argentina for the bus instead of the more common el autobús in Castilian Spanish. The word boludo is used a lot. This is exclusive to Argentina and Uruguay. It means both mate and idiot. So be sure to understand how to use it before you call someone boludo when you're in Argentina or Uruguay. And then there's a word used to say strawberry, frutilla, instead of the more commonly used fresa. These are just a few of thousands of examples that I could give. If you're learning Spanish, it's definitely important to learn the standardized forms at some point, preferably first, because doing so is going to make life a lot easier for you when speaking with Spanish speakers from all over the world. But learning Argentine Spanish, the boxeo, and common Argentine vocabulary is definitely worthwhile if you're planning to visit or live in Argentina. And like I said, if you're learning already or you want to learn Spanish, you can check out the Spanish Uncovered course link below. This is an amazing award-winning Spanish course for beginner and intermediate learners. It's a course that I've used alongside over 125,000 other language learners to date. I've put a link in the description, and that's going to get you 7 days access to the course completely free. So be sure to check that out and let me know how you get on. So now you know why Argentine Spanish sounds Italian to English speakers, why this form of Spanish differs so much from standardized Spanish, and what makes Argentine Spanish so unique. Personally, I love listening to Argentine Spanish. If you've got comments about it, or if I've missed anything, or if there are other types of Spanish you'd like to hear about, just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Hasta luego, adios.